If you've been on the internet, you've probably heard of the game Rainbow Six Siege. Now, shove that game into a VR headset and call it a day, because that, fellow noodles, is what we call the VR game Breachers. And it ends up being a little something like this.
No, wait, that's a person? I can't even see that, that's 4 pixels! Are you kidding me? Ah! Are you kidding? This thing sucks!
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
In the past few years, I have done a lot in VR. I've flown spaceships, became Spider-Man, shot a child, but I never imagined that I would be able to play Rainbow in VR. And now I can, and it's amazing.
Why is everyone giving this shit to God? That's nasty.
It's better than what your mom does, bro.
Every moment of this game was a fun time, and much like Rainbow, this game is a 5v5 tactical shooter where one team attacks and the other defends a bomb. On each side, you and your team can buy weapons before the round starts, can upgrade those weapons, and can purchase gadgets. And the more you win, the more points you get.
Oh yeah, we can just splurge. There's a fully modded Vezin, there's another fully modded gun, and there's another one.
The gadget system is great as you are not limited to a class for the entire game, and instead, you have to communicate with your team to strategize who is buying what gear and is going where with it. And you do need to strategize, as if you die once, it's over for the rest of the round. Some of my favorite gadgets were the proximity mine, which only worked half the time, the healing stim that I only got to use once and died immediately after using it.
Even with heal!
And I quickly realized that the feeling of using the spray on breach charge to break down walls and barricades will never get old.
Great, the device. Take a few steps back.
Take a few steps back. You should have told me that sooner.
I mean, it's pretty sick to be honest, like, boom. Another thing like Rainbow is how you can grapple onto buildings.
How do I do this?
I'm not sure.
There we go.
Man, that's awesome. And that's pretty enjoyable because it lets you use the breaching spray even more. Another thing that works surprisingly well is how you can lean in this game. Typically, VR games will just move the body of your character when you lean side to side, but not this game, where it actually has your character lean from left to right. Now, that doesn't mean I'm good at this game, not at all. Motherfuck! But leaning definitely does give you an advantage if done right. And this game is in VR. To lean or even aim your gun, you have to hold your hands up the entire time, and I gotta say, it's tiring. It's like raising your hand for the teacher to call on you, but they won't, so you're stuck there forever. I played for an hour and a half and my arms were numb, which only added to the pain I was feeling with every death I got.
They drew a smiley face on the wall.
Now, does leaning look weird from the outside? Yes, but this ended up being so immersive that I was afraid of running into my TV in fear of getting shot. And this type of role-playing where all 5 of you are breaking in, guns up, ready to tear some shit down, it's just stellar. In fact, I was so immersed in this game that I even ended up crawling on my floor to get an angle for a shot.
Can I get on the ground?
Yeah, I think kids are like got an early access to brain because these kids are crazy.
And it sorta worked. And that's the thing with this game, it all sorta works. Like the graphics, they sorta work. They look good enough and serve its purpose of being simplistic and making it clear to see enemies both on PC VR and on the Quest 2. It does the job, and it's obviously not trying to beat Picasso.
Look at this game! Look at this game! Look how beautiful it is! Like, look how beautiful it is!
At the end of the day, this game is literally Rainbow Six crammed onto a VR headset. And just like Rainbow, you can be emotionally attacked. Just like Rainbow, you can get depression. Just like Rainbow, you will die a lot. In fact, this game was so hard that I regressed to the point of speaking gibberish. This game made me realize that military service is not for me, as I am pretty much a paperweight that people are forced to drag around.
I'm doing so great. 7 deaths, 4 kills. That's almost 1. That's almost evening out.
And unless it's the cesspool that is VR chat, I typically don't turn on my mic to use in VR games. But this definitely changed that, as I was almost forced to communicate with them when they wanted to listen to what I had to say.
The guy in A.
Behind you.
What? How do you get? What? Are you? What?
But even after failing miserably, I still left eager to come back for more because there really is no other VR game like this. There is no other VR game that will force me to get on my knees in the heat of the moment. There are only a few VR games that will force me to get on my knees in the heat of the moment, and that is where the VR factor of this game makes it so intriguing. As for people like me who used to religiously play Rainbow, we are now pushed even further into this depression by literally being put into our worst nightmare. And Breachers was surprising to me, as I didn't even know it was released until I got a message from the developers on Discord, so thanks for reminding me that your game existed. And so would I recommend this game? I hate this game. I can't do this anymore. Absolutely. This game is hard to get the hang of and I just suck, so those two things don't go hand in hand. But what should go hand in hand is your credit card and the purchase menu for this game. So grab your VR headset, grab your credit card, and buy your ticket to depression, because man will you have 30 seconds of enjoyment before it gets ruined by the enemy team. So go on the Discord server and beg your friends to buy this game so you guys can get the typical 2 hours of playtime before never playing it again, because I can assure you that those 2 hours will be some of the most fun in VR that you will have in a very long time.